Hello, everyone. My name is Samaria Jackson, and I've been selected by Change Healthcare, subsidiary of United Health Group, to create and propose an information security awareness and training program for leadership review. In this presentation, I will explain why the implementation of an InfoSec awareness and training program is so essential to strengthening the organization's security posture and fostering a culture of accountability and continuous improvement. And so let's begin. As Change Healthcare ushers in this new era of strengthening its security posture, it is imperative we as cybersecurity professionals anticipate the challenges associated with our digital environment. Those challenges include unauthorized access, ransomware attacks, social engineering, third party vendor risks, and compliance challenges. So you may be asking, why is security training important? Why should we be beware of these security challenges? All of the security challenges mentioned previously have the capacity to significantly impact operational resilience, patient privacy, compliance, and organizational trust here at Change Healthcare. For this reason, it is critical that we invest in strengthening our front line of defense, which is our people, providing them with the wherewithal required to properly safeguard our complex digital environment. Unauthorized access can give attackers access to patient-sensitive data, which will result in a data breach and HIPAA violations. This can pose a major risk to the company's profitability because of the fines associated with it. For ransomware attacks. As we have already experienced and witnessed, this has the capacity to disrupt services and prevent access to critical healthcare systems. Social engineering. Our employees are the target of this particular method. Attackers prey on employees' behaviors by impersonating a trusted source or individual in order to gain access to company systems. Third-party vendor risks. These vendors have access to sensitive data and should be held at the same standard as our internal staff. It's critical we teach employees and vendors what these attack paths can look like. And lastly, compliance challenges. When the organization fails to comply with laws and regulations, it can result in financial losses, lawsuits, and lack of trust. So, how should we address these security challenges? While it's great to know the risks that plague us, the organization must move past simply naming the risk and instead inform employees on what steps should be taken to reduce the risks as well. So, to address multi-factor authentication challenges, employees should be prompted to provide combination of something they know, something they have, or something they are. To address ransomware attacks and minimize the attack surface, we can prioritize network segmentation. To address social engineering attacks and minimize the attack surface, we can teach employees how to recognize these scams. And to address compliance issues, we can properly protect data to prevent unauthorized users from gaining access, leading to data breaches and general misuse. Lastly, to avoid or address third-party vendor risks, we can regularly update vendor privileges, require risk assessments, and contractual requirements for these vendors. According to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, a successful security awareness training program should be focused on the organization's entire user population, as well as it should reflect business needs through a clear, objective definition. And so when we are defining our objective, We want to establish a clear organizational security objective that is focused on the entire user population. This program will also inform employees of their security responsibilities and what risks exist. And we will want to educate employees on organizational security policies, incident reporting procedures, compliance, security threats, safe email usage, safe internet usage, remote work security, um, through the use of things such as simulations, videos, engaging interactive activities, and scenario-based examples. So as a continuation of the last page, while an employee may initially go through this program, it is natural that over time they will forget the information that they've learned. A critical component of ensuring this information remains with them is through reinforcement. With reinforcement, we are looking to improve knowledge retention through the use of things such as newsletters and leadership messages, which help embed security into daily operations. Next, to determine if the program is actually working, Change Healthcare should evaluate the effectiveness of the program through the review of results, metrics, and assessments. Collecting feedback is valuable for ensuring continuous improvement. We are looking to collect employee surveys, stakeholder interviews, and update content based off of the feedback that we receive. As Change Healthcare begins this venture towards implementing a info security awareness training program, it is imperative we as cybersecurity professionals anticipate the challenges that are inherently associated with doing so. Listed are several factors that should be considered and are paramount to the successful implementation of the company's training program. We would want to assess risks. Doing so determines what risks employees need to be trained on. We would want to create an organizational objective. This answers the question of how does the implementation of this program support Change Healthcare's goals. Regulatory compliance. The program itself should support regulatory compliance with whatever frameworks we've chosen to implement. Audience. This is going to answer the question of who is the training for. Each department plays a different role in securing patient data, and their training should be specific to that role. Communication strategy. How will this information be introduced and received by employees? Training delivery methods. Are we going to use seminars or videos? Employee engagement. Whatever strategy we use should be engaging and interactive. So going back to training delivery methods, videos are typically more engaging. Frequency training. How often will this be held? Will this be quarterly or annually? And the resources needed to support the training. We'll need to consider things such as budget, people, or time needed to complete this. All right, simply training employees is not enough. Change Healthcare must measure whether improvements in security behavior and policy compliance are improving over time as a result of the implementation of this program. Listed here are a number of ways that can be achieved. So for phishing simulations, it's recommended that we measure whether or not there has been a reduction in click rates by using secret phishing simulations. Phishing click rates should be reduced by 60% within the first quarter. Um, Testing and policy comprehension, as it relates to that, we should conduct pre and post training assessments to determine if employees understand policies. Require a completion rate of 100%. This ensures that policy is reviewed and acknowledged by every employee. And metrics allow Change Healthcare to measure the security posture as well as their progress toward achieving our cybersecurity goals. All right, so phishing reporting rate. To determine if employees are able to successfully identify phishing attempts, we should look to measure how often employees correctly identify and report phishing attempts. This ensures that employees remain engaged in our security efforts. A multi-factor authentication enrollment rate ensures employees are adopting stronger authentication methods, requiring a 95% enrollment rate for multi-factor authentication to help decrease the organization's vulnerability to attacks. An increased reporting rate, going back to slide one here, column one, an increased reporting rate is evidence that employees are recognizing threats and following the proper procedures. Amid an evolving threat landscape, Change Healthcare recognizes that our security posture needs to evolve alongside it. The organization can strengthen its security culture by introducing this InfoSec awareness and training program. This program equips employees with the knowledge, skills, and awareness needed to safeguard company assets as well as sensitive patient data. Change Healthcare is committed to strengthening its security posture through continuous education, reinforcement, and performance measures. We can strengthen resilience and compliance, mobilizing us to transform employees into an active line of defense against the evolving threat landscape.